The world of knights, a realm of chivalry, honor, and unyielding courage. But behind the shining armor and noble ideals lies a complex web of power, ambition, and legend. Today, we embark on a journey through time to uncover the truth about the knights of the medieval era. Were they heroes of justice or pawns in a game of thrones? Let's dive into the captivating world of knights, their honor, their power, and the legends they left behind. Section 1. Origins of Knighthood. Our story begins in the early medieval period, a time of chaos and shifting alliances. The concept of knighthood emerged as a response to the need for skilled warriors who could defend their lord's lands and uphold the fragile order of feudal society. But what made someone a knight? Initially, knighthood wasn't about honor or chivalry. It was about power. Young boys from noble families, called pages, were sent to the castles of powerful lords to train in the art of war. By their teenage years, they became squires, serving seasoned knights on the battlefield and learning the harsh realities of combat. Only the most skilled and loyal were eventually dubbed knights, a ceremony steeped in religious and feudal symbolism. Knighthood was more than a title, it was a promise to serve, to protect, and to uphold the code of chivalry. But what exactly was this code? Section 2. The Code of Chivalry. The chivalric code, a set of ideals that knights were sworn to follow. Courage, loyalty, and courtesy were its pillars. Knights were expected to defend the weak, honor their word, and of course, serve their lady. But let's not romanticize it too much. For many knights, the code of chivalry was more of an ideal than a reality. On the battlefield, survival often trumped honor. Off the battlefield, knights were as much political players as they were warriors. They forged alliances, pursued wealth, and sometimes betrayed their oaths for personal gain. Take, for example, the story of Sir William Marshall, often called the greatest knight who ever lived. Born into relative obscurity, Marshall rose through the ranks, serving 4 English kings and earning a reputation as a loyal and cunning warrior. But even he wasn't above bending the rules of chivalry to secure his place in history. Section 3. Legends and Myths. While real knights like William Marshall made their mark on history, it's the legends of knights that truly captured the imagination of generations. Tales of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, the quest for the Holy Grail, and the tragic love of Lancelot and Guinevere have been told and retold for centuries. But how much of it is true? Most historians agree that King Arthur, if he existed at all, was likely a composite of several historical figures. The Round Table, a symbol of equality in a time when hierarchy ruled, and the Holy Grail, perhaps the most enduring symbol of the unattainable, a metaphor for the eternal quest for meaning and purpose. Yet these legends served a purpose. They inspired knights to strive for greatness, to see themselves not just as warriors, but as heroes in a divine story, and in doing so they shaped the identity of knighthood itself. Section 4. Knights in Power. But let's not forget the darker side of knighthood. For all their ideals, knights were instruments of power. They enforced the will of their lords, often through brutal means. During the Crusades, knights became symbols of Christian zeal, waging wars in the name of religion. The Knights Templar, perhaps the most famous order of knights, amassed immense wealth and influence, becoming a target of both admiration and suspicion. Their downfall, orchestrated by King Philip IV of France, is a tale of greed and political intrigue. Accused of heresy and corruption, the Templars were disbanded, their leaders executed, but their legacy and the mysteries surrounding them endure to this day. The end of an era. By the late medieval period, the Age of Knights was coming to an end. The rise of professional armies and new technologies like gunpowder rendered heavy cavalry less effective. The romantic ideals of knighthood gave way to the pragmatic realities of modern warfare. Yet the spirit of the knight lives on. In literature, in film, and in our collective imagination, knights remain symbols of courage and honor. They remind us of a time when ideals, however flawed, guided the actions of those who held power. So, what can we learn from the world of knights? Perhaps it's this, that the pursuit of honor and the struggle for power are timeless themes, as relevant today as they were 1,000 years ago. The knights of old may be gone, but their stories, their legends, continue to inspire us. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of knights. If you enjoyed this exploration of history and legend, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the past. Until next time, may your quests be noble and your adventures grand.